Welcome to the world of Blenderism. In this episode 1 will show you how to create a tire model for our Lamborghini Huracan, and I have also prepared a bonus for you, since such a car should rush faster than the wind, so let's try and devote a little time to this. And I have also prepared a bonus for you, so be a little patient. I did some research and selected, as it seems to me, the most suitable technique for this. And so let's get started. Add a plane and place it opposite the Pirelli Z Trofeo F, our tire reference. In fact, as before, to optimize the process, we need to make a blank that we will reproduce in the future. There are several options for how to create the topology of this blank. For example, cut it using the K button and then connect the vertices together. But I chose to subdivide the edges since we will immediately create vertices and, as it seems to me, save time. Just a little correction and that's it. First, create the main outline and then step by step repeat the shapes of the rubber. You also need to understand the fact that there are places where the shape is deeper and where it is not, so be careful. Spend some time analyzing the reference, maybe even read the information on Google. For example, this element was subdivided face 4 times and immediately placed the vertices around the protector. On the long side 2 vertices will be enough, but on the short side you need to make 4 since you need to make a rounding. As you can see, you can select a couple of vertices at once and subdivide. And one very important point is that you need to use the button J, not F. As you can see, it is also convenient to use the knife tool. In general, you can use any technique for creating topology. The main thing is that the result is good. And so we create forms one by one. As you can see in the places where I subdivided and there were many vertices in one place, I stretched them a little to the side so that there is no tension in one place. See how conveniently I took the rib, subdivided it, adjusted it, and it's ready. So we missed one place, let's fix it. Sorry, I'm a little absent-minded today. Air raid sirens again. And I'm sitting here editing so that the job is finished. So don't forget to push like if it's not hard. Thanks for that. Well, when we've placed our tops around the chords, we need to highlight those faces that will deepen. But pay attention at this point. Don't forget that you need to make 3 different depths. The first is for the bevel. The second is for the side protector and the third is for the middle 3 stripes. When we extruded our protector, we can notice that there are faces left on the edges. We need to delete them. The next thing that needs to be done is to make a bevel on the edges that we want to leave rounded, since we will need to add a subdivided surface modifier. You need to highlight both the vertical and horizontal ribs, so be careful. I'll speed up this process a little so I don't fall asleep while I'm doing it. Taking advantage of the moment, I want to ask you to write comments about what you liked and what you didn't, what can be corrected. I normally treat criticism. I try to make the releases as useful as possible. Maybe you have wishes that you would like to see. Comments are our way of communication, so do not be shy. When all the edges are selected, You need to use the combination Ctrl B and drag the mouse to set the width and use the wheel to adjust the number of edges. As you can see, in this place it is convenient to use the knife tool to add vertices. Here at the intersection of 3 edges I drew a knife and whoosh. As we can see, after using subdivision surface, our mesh appearance has been spoiled. This can be fixed by adding additional edges, or it could have been foreseen and edges reinforced in advance. But I specifically did it this way so that I could clearly show how to fix it. And considering the fact that we will need to multiply and combine this detail, the edges should be perfect. That is why so much attention is paid to this point. At this point there is a very good example of why you need to use the J button instead of F. It creates additional vertices at the moment of intersection with edges. Let me show you better what is happening. Let's turn to the almighty cube. I will unite the vertices with a button in F and J, and look what the difference is. So to avoid problems in topology, follow this. Well, let's continue. We go over the surface of our part, check that everything is clear, dissolve the edges to remove tension. On this protector, let's move the vertices to round them. Well, now we are ready to apply the array modifier. Switch from the x-axis to the y-axis and move it so that the parts are as close as possible. Also, check the box for merging so that even the seam is not visible. And we have the ability to set the sensitivity of this merging. I saw imperfections on the mating part, so we need to further subdivide it. So let's put the top vertices in one row so that the connection is perfect, and here I notice a flaw. Let's fix it quickly. You see how many little things need to be adjusted before the multiplication begins. Now it looks ready. Let's see how the parts look at the moment of merging. Very good, we can continue. Let's add another subdivision and we can continue. Now we need to bend our parts to the shape of the tire. For this we use the curve modifier. And so we add a circle mesh since it is closest to the shape we need. We compress it along the z-axis and delete the lower and left part of the vertices. Now we move the vertices a little and apply a mirror to optimize the process. Do not forget to check the box next to clipping. And we need to do one more thing. We need to lengthen the edges of the part on which the logos of the manufacturer's brand will be. When the edge is extended, it can be subdivided to fix the shape of the edges and be able to bend. The same thing needs to be done with the left side, but if you look closely at the reference, the tread height decreases towards the edge of the tire, so we monitor this and lower the tread height. And we need to remove few edges because they will make wrinkles, I know. Yes, I understand there is a lot of preparation, but without it we will not achieve a good result. Just imagine that if we have a flaw on one part, then after we multiply it, the flaw will be on all of them, and this will lead to an imbalance in the tire, and it can shoot at a speed of 653 miles per hour. So let's apply subdivision surface to create additional edges in the topology of the part, since we will bend it. And do not forget to convert our circle mesh into a curve. Another point is that everything is accurate. You need to place the curve opposite the reference and correct the vertices. To be honest, it would be better to do this right away. Now you can select the curve as an object in the modifier. And the magic is in action. Now you can place the part. For some reason the part turned the wrong way, so we just unfold the curve and voila, now everything is fine. Except for a small defect on the left side of the part. This happened when applying subdivision surface, so let's fix it a little. This can be easily done using the combination you see on the screen. There is also an edge flow add-on, but I haven't figured it out yet. You can download it and try it. It looks like a handy thing. Well, now you can multiply the part so that the circle closes. For this, we add a curved circle. We rotate it. Now you can apply another curve modifier. So everything works well, but you need to add the number of parts. And now you need to place it opposite the reference and make it as similar as possible in radius to the wheel. Well, now you can carefully close the circle. So let's slightly adjust the side of the tire where the logos will be applied. It needs to be lengthened enough to reach the discs. Well, now we can actually try on how our rubber fits the discs. Let's see if everything is okay. It seems to me that there is a large concentration of ribs in this place. Let's remove a couple of them. Well, and you can slightly adjust the width of the disc, because I did not control it at all. And bam, we good. Next, let's make the rubber material very light but quite realistic. And so we add a noise texture and a normal map, connect it all. Set normal strength to 0.5. Darken the color a little, set the scale to 400, set the details to 5.7 and distortion to 4.7. So this is our main material, copy it, and now as I promised you, here is the bonus. I will show you how to quickly apply logos to the side of the rubber. To do this, first you need to go into editing mode and unwrap for the faces on which we will apply those same logos. And we apply the second material to these faces. And now this is where the magic begins, so be careful. We need to add the image texture and bump, connect them and find a pre-prepared image of our logos in JPG format. The important thing is that it should be black and white. This helps Blender understand which pixels need to be extruded. I found something similar to what I need and edited it in Photoshop. Now let's overlay our image on the faces. I recommend using the control space combination to make it full screen. It's more convenient. And so we correct it, go back and see what happened, and abracadabra is fantastic. What can be done with such simple manipulations? Personally, I'm happy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this episode was useful to you. Well, as always, learn quick key combinations. They will make your life easier. Take your time, try different options, and pray for Ukraine. Thank you, bye.